Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. We always bring you the most fascinating topics, and
Mhm.
today we're going to be talking all about luxury brands.
Ooh, luxury brands.
Yeah, and to help us break it all down, we're going to be looking at some insights from John Mauriello. Now, he's an industrial designer, and he's worked with some seriously impressive companies.
Oh yeah, he's got quite the resume.
Yeah, like Amazon, Logitech, Kohler, just to name a few.
He also has that really cool YouTube channel,
Oh, yeah.
Design Theory, where he explains all sorts of design ideas in a way that makes sense and is actually entertaining.
You had me at entertaining. I'll have to check that out.
You should.
But getting back to today's topic, so luxury brands, we're going to try to figure out what makes them so appealing, why do they have so much power over us, and also, are some of them just kind of ridiculous?
Yeah, good question. How do they convince us to spend, a ridiculous amount of money on things that honestly aren't always better than their cheaper alternatives?
Totally. I get wanting a nice watch,
Right?
but is it really worth spending, you know, thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars just for a fancy name and a slightly smoother secondhand?
Right, exactly. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. As we go through Moriella's ideas, we're going to see that there's a lot more to it than just the price tag. It's almost like this whole psychological game they play with us.
Oh, this is getting good. Okay, I'm ready. Let's dive in. What's the first piece of this luxury puzzle?
Well, one of the things that Moriello talks about is this idea of elevation. Back in the day, luxury goods were all about separating the elite from everyone else. Royalty and nobles use these things to show off their power and status, even their connection to something divine or whatever.
Oh, so like those fancy robes, all the jewelry.
Exactly, like those super detailed tapestries. It was basically a visual way to show the hierarchy.
It's kind of crazy how that idea still applies today, though, right?
It is.
Luxury brands still manage to tap into this human desire to feel special, to be part of something exclusive. They make you think you're elevating your own status.
Yep.
Right. And, they say nothing succeeds like success. Luxury brands cultivate this aura of exclusivity, and it just makes people want it even more.
Makes me think of Ferrari. I feel like they make it super hard to even buy their cars.
Oh, yeah, definitely. If you want to even be considered for one of their limited edition cars, you have to prove you're loyal to the brand. Buy some of their less popular models, go to their events, maybe even take some of their driving courses.
Wow, so
It's like a secret society for car enthusiasts. It's almost like they're saying, you want to join our club? Prove you're serious.
wow, reverse psychology for millionaires.
And it works.
It does. That
Yeah.
feeling of having to earn it just makes you want it more.
Absolutely. And another thing that really fuels desire, storytelling.
Oh, yeah. I love a good story.
Me too. And luxury brands are masters at creating these captivating stories around their products. It's not just about what it does. It's about the history, the legacy, the mystique.
It's like they're selling you a dream more than a physical object.
Exactly. And that story about balancing a coin on a running Rolls-Royce engine?
No, tell me more about that.
Okay, well, it's supposed to demonstrate how incredibly smooth and silent their engines are. And guess what?
Yeah.
It's actually true.
Seriously,
Yeah.
that's kind of awesome.
Right. And it perfectly shows what I'm talking about. That story just reinforces the idea that they make top quality cars.
That's totally. It's not just about the car itself. It's about the story and the image,
Exactly. It's like people are buying into the whole package.
which makes sense. Humans love stories. We connect with them, we remember them, and we share them.
That's right. And luxury brands know how to use that.
I see.
Uh,
Okay, well, what about those Hermes Birkin bags? I've heard so much about them.
Oh, yeah. They've got this whole air of mystery around them. Stories about the crazy long waiting lists or how having one elevates your social standing. All these celebrities fighting over the rare designs. And
Whether those stories are true or not, they definitely make people want those bags more.
exactly. They've managed to create this whole world around a handbag, a world that people want to be a part of. And suddenly it's not just a bag, it's like this status symbol, this key to a whole other level.
Brilliant marketing, right?
It really is. But another thing that's interesting about luxury, it's got this fascinating relationship with time.
Time.
Yeah, think about it. In a world that's all about speed, convenience, instant gratification, all that, luxury goods are kind of the opposite. They represent this slowing down and appreciation for quality and lasting value.
So it's like saying, hey, take your time, savor this. This isn't something you just throw away.
Exactly. It's like a rejection of that whole fast fashion throwaway culture we see so much of these days.
Right, right. And it's like they're saying, hey, This is something that's made to last, to cherish, even to pass down through the generations.
And it's true. Think about those handcrafted watches or meticulously stitched leather goods. They take time and patience and attention to detail.
Skills that are sadly becoming more and more rare.
Yeah, and then there's this whole appreciation for patina in the luxury world.
Patina.
Yeah, where the signs of age and wear actually increase the value and the story of an object.
Oh, so it's like saying, this has a history, this has character.
Yeah.
It only gets better with time.
Exactly.
Kind of like that perfectly worn leather jacket that just gets more character with every scratch and scuff.
Exactly. It tells a story. It becomes a part of you.
I like that.
It really is. And you know that whole concept of slowing down, appreciating the little details?
Yeah.
It extends to how they present themselves to the world.
You mean like those crazy luxurious stores?
Yeah.
The ones that are always in like the fanciest parts of town? It's like they're saying, our stuff is so special, it needs its own palace.
Kind of, but it's more than just the physical space, you know? They create this whole atmosphere, this feeling of exclusivity, refinement, and of course a little bit of I've made it energy.
It's like you step into a different world.
Yeah.
A world of beauty and craftsmanship and a little bit of I've arrived.
Exactly. And let's not forget about origin and heritage. Like a handbag made in a little Italian workshop by artisans who've been doing this for generations. That just feels more special, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like you're buying a piece of history, a connection to tradition and excellence.
Mm.
But what happens when that connection gets lost?
Yeah.
Like when brands start caring more about profits than heritage.
Yeah, that's where things get tricky. Remember that Payless thing a few years back?
The Peasy shoes.
Yes. They sold regular Payless shoes for like hundreds of dollars just by creating a fake luxury brand and putting them in a fancy store.
Oh yeah, that was genius.
Right. It totally proved that our idea of value is hugely influenced by context.
Totally. Sometimes we're paying for the story, the image, the idea of luxury, not the actual quality.
Exactly. And that's what some brands have been doing lately. They moved production overseas to save money, but they still want to keep up that image of exclusivity and heritage.
So you might still see a Made in Italy label, but the materials and the craftsmanship aren't the same. It kind of ruins the whole point of luxury.
Yeah, it becomes less about quality and more about appearances.
And people can tell the difference, especially those who really value the art and history behind true luxury.
Yeah, they feel cheated.
It's a tough balance to maintain in today's world for sure. But you know what I like about John Mauriello's take on all this? He doesn't just focus on those huge companies. He also talks about individual creators, the artisans who put their heart and soul into their work.
Yeah, he's really inspiring. He says, real luxury isn't about a label or a price. It's about the story, the passion.
Yeah, it's about owning something unique, something handmade, like you can feel the creator's vision in it.
Exactly. And he believes anyone who's passionate and skilled can create their own space in this world. It's not just for the big guys.
I love that. He's saying you don't need millions of dollars or a famous name to create something luxurious. You just need skill and dedication and a good story to tell.
Right. And he even gives you a step-by-step plan for building a luxury brand, really helpful for anyone who's starting out.
Ooh, okay. I'm all ears. Tell me more. What are the steps?
So first things first, you got to master your craft. Become an expert in your field. Leatherworking, watchmaking, fashion, whatever speaks to you.
So it's all about building a strong foundation, really knowing your stuff.
Exactly. You can't cut corners with luxury. Once you have that, the next step is finding your unique style. What makes you stand out?
So it's not enough to just be good at something. You need to have your own special touch, your artistic voice.
Right. This is where your skills really come in. You can push boundaries, try new things, and create something that's both beautiful and new, something different.
It's like finding that perfect balance between art and function, tradition and innovation. Okay, so
Yeah.
you got the skills, you got the style. What's next?
Storytelling. This is how you connect with people on an emotional level. Share your inspiration. Talk about your process. Let people see the passion behind your work.
It's like you're inviting them into your world. They get to see what goes into making something so special.
And honesty is really important these days. People want authenticity. They want to know they're buying something real.
Something made with care.
Right. That's why it's so important to build a community. Talk to your customers. Share your journey. Let them be a part of it.
Social media is perfect for this.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
create this sense of loyalty that goes beyond just buying and selling.
It's like you're all in this together.
Yeah, and as you build this community, you can start introducing that element of exclusivity.
Oh, right. But not in a snobby way.
Oh, no, no, not at all. It's about creating a sense of scarcity, offering something special that not everyone can have.
Makes people feel like they've found something unique.
Exactly. You can do this with limited edition releases, custom pieces, special events for your best customers. It's about making them feel valued.
And that brings us back to the idea of luxury, that feeling of being part of something special. It's the whole experience.
And you know, the cool thing is this whole approach to building a luxury brand, it can work for pretty much any industry, not just the obvious ones. Yeah, it could be a coffee roaster, a brewery, a furniture maker, even a digital artist. The ideas are the same. Master your craft, find your style, tell your story, build a community, make it exclusive.
It's about focusing on quality and lasting value instead of just trends and profits.
And honestly, it's so great to see people doing this, building successful businesses that are both profitable and meaningful.
Yeah, it's really inspiring. It's like they're changing the whole game, focusing on the things that matter, quality craftsmanship.
It's about moving away from all those fleeting trends and really valuing things that last. And shifting from just chasing profits to building real connections with people.
It's a whole new way of thinking about luxury. But how does all of this apply to our listeners? Like, how can they approach this whole world of luxury in a way that feels genuine and true to themselves?
That's the big question, isn't it? I think it all comes down to being aware. Like, don't just fall for the hype or get swept up in a brand's marketing. Really think about what luxury means to you.
So define it for yourself. What do you value most in a product or an experience? Is it the craftsmanship, the materials, the design, the story behind it? How does it make you feel?
Yeah, once you know what luxury means to you, you can start making choices that feel right. Like maybe you'll realize that a handcrafted piece from a local artist speaks to you more than a designer handbag with a crazy price tag.
Right, or maybe you'll find that investing in a vintage watch that's been passed down for generations feels more luxurious than buying the newest model that everyone's going crazy for.
Exactly. Luxury doesn't have to be about someone else's definition or some crazy price point. It's about finding what truly speaks to you, what brings you joy.
I love that. So next time you're thinking about making a big purchase,
Yeah.
something luxurious, take a minute to stop and think. Ask yourself, am I buying this because I really want it? Or am I buying it to impress other people? Am I investing in something meaningful, or am I just trying to keep up with everyone else?
Those are good questions to ask. And by asking them, you can start to change your whole mindset. You can move away from just consuming and start appreciating. You can stop chasing trends and start building a life filled with things you truly love.
And who knows, maybe you'll even discover some hidden talent or a passion for creating something beautiful yourself.
Exactly. There's so much potential out there. You're never too old to start exploring.
I like that a lot. So tell us, what does luxury mean to you? We want to hear from you.
Yeah. Have you ever been tempted by a brand or a product only to realize later that it didn't really align with your values? Or maybe you have a story about a creator or a brand that truly represents luxury for you.
Share your thoughts and stories in the comments. We love hearing from you. And if you're thinking about starting your own business or building your own brand, or even if you just have some ideas you want to talk about, let us know.
Yeah, we're here to support anyone who's chasing their dreams.
Because true luxury is about passion, dedication, and the courage to create something amazing.
So until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep seeking out those moments of true luxury.
Whatever that means for you. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive.